Hey, world travelers, welcome to another edition of Anarchast, your home for anarchy on the internet and around the world on satellite radio. We have a guest coming in from San Miguel de Allende in Mexico, Colin Diggs. He's the author of Reaching the Finish Line. He's sort of a career counselor. He helps people. He's helped over 2,000 people sort of improve their business life, their work life, whether it be through getting better jobs or through even starting up their own companies. And he's quite well known. He's been all kinds of radio all over the place. So let's get into what you do now with Crossing the Finish Line. And you're obviously independent. Location independent. You can work from anywhere, which is what I've always told people is the best possible scenario if you can do that. And I've been doing that for about 20 years almost now. And it's great because you can just work from anywhere. And so let's talk about what you're doing. Let's talk about your book and let's get into those sort of topics.
Yeah, so since the Great Recession, I've helped over 2,000 people reach the finish line in their careers. So people from different backgrounds, high school dropouts, college dropouts, single moms, disabled people, whichever situation that you're in. That's what I've been doing now going on 5 years. And only 30% of Americans are happy with their jobs. So that's 70% of people who have some type of dissatisfaction with their current careers. And the last thing you want to do is be working in a job that you last thing you want to be doing is working in a job that you hate, and that's not how you're going to reach the finish line. So there's a lot of people, Jeff, that kind of want to go in a different direction. There's even struggling entrepreneurs who are currently entrepreneur, but they've been struggling with their business, and I've helped a lot of those people to do that as well. So Reaching the Finish Line is sort of like a comprehensive book where I kind of condense it down and try to touch on kind of every facet of how people can reach the finish line in their career, and it's been very successful. 2.5 weeks ago, it became an international bestseller. So the reason why I wrote the book, because I couldn't work with everybody. It was only one of me.
Yeah, that's great. And so, yeah, like you pointed out, there's so many people not totally happy with what they're doing. And I was thinking about that just the other day as I was doing my usual 18-hour workday, 7 days a week, although I'm trying to cut it down to 6.5 days now. I try to golf on Sundays now, which actually I've been really enjoying. But I was just thinking about how do I do all this, or why do I do all this? And I was thinking it's because I love it. Like I'm seriously just passionate about it. If you told me I was going to die in a week, I'd probably still keep working right up until the last minute because it's something that I just really enjoy. Now, of course, it's not always easy, as you know, having a business. Yeah. There's always going to be really bad days. There's going to be really crappy times. But in general, I just am so passionate about what I'm doing that I couldn't think of doing anything else. There's really nothing else I want to do at this moment in time. That's so important for entrepreneurs out there is to, if you're going to start a business, or even if you're just going to work for someone, which is really just being your own small business, just one person, try to make it something that you're really passionate about, because it's the night and day difference. Like, for example, if you told me I've been quite successful in my life in many things. If you told me, hey, here's an opportunity, you can start a widget factory and you're going to make like $3 million a year just doing it. It won't be too hard, but you have to go in there every day and just, do it. The widget factory would probably suck because I wouldn't care. I just wouldn't have any interest I don't care about widgets. I don't even know what a widget is. So it makes it so much easier when you can find a career path or a business that you're just passionate about. That's just night and day difference, because it's the difference between, staying up, all night working on something because you want to do it rather than because you have to do it. It's just night and day. And the results are the same, because if you're not passionate, you're just not really trying very hard. And it's more of like it's more of work than something that you're passionate about. Whereas if you're working on something that you love, and it sounds like you're doing something you love, it just doesn't even seem like work.
Yeah, it definitely. And I have the pleasure and opportunity to be able to help people to reach the finish line in careers. Everyone kind of has a different direction. Some people, they don't want to work for anybody anymore. They want to kind of have their own entrepreneurial venture, and I help people with that. And then you have people who are currently struggling with their business, and they kind of need to kind of reform and transform their business in order to grow their business and get more national recognition. And which I also I have the privilege of being able to help people, and there's lots of people that kind of falls in between. Like, for example, I went to a high school and where 40% of the high school senior females were pregnant. So there were a lot of young females getting pregnant and having to start their family, but they don't have a lot of skills. Most high schools, especially, well, I can't speak for all high schools, but most public high schools, especially, you don't learn much. Usually if you go to like I have, if you go to one of the big urban public high schools, you won't learn much. You won't be better off, once you go to college. And that's why, in some cases, most students, when they go to colleges, they have to take remedial courses because they learned that in high school.
Yeah, and most college courses are a waste of time too. There's of course some things that might make some sense. If you want to be a doctor in like the Western world where you need like the piece of paper, you're going to have to go to college. But for most things, like the one thing that I always just laugh at is people going to business, taking business in college for 4 years. So they're going to pay tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I don't know what they teach them.
There are some school models that can be helpful, like Waldorf or a lot of experiential learning models, and where kids have the opportunity to be able to learn, whether it's visually, auditorily, or kinesthetically. I think those are the best ways for children to learn because everyone learns differently. And I think that model should also be applied to college because you can't stick a person in college, throw a bunch of books in front of their face and then expect them to be able to regurgitate information on a test and to be able to use that and real world experience. It doesn't work like that. Everyone learns differently. Like I said, we have, visually, auditorily, kinesthetically. Some people are left brains, some people are right brains. So the whole traditional school model as a one size fits all is absolutely horrible. But for the people who do want to go to college, and I would recommend that go to college for a specialized field rather than a non-specialized field. Last thing you want to do is go to college for art history degree that's going to cost you about $60,000, $70,000 a year, then graduate working at Walmart. I mean, you don't want to do that. But unfortunately, most people are kind of stuck in that trap. But if you want to go to college, consider a specialized career. Like if you want to be a doctor, well, you don't have a choice anyway. No one's going to allow you to work for them if you don't have your doctor's degree. So those specialized careers, there's still some demand. But those non-specialized careers, I would definitely challenge the person to take a second look.